In Creo Parametric, you can use datum targets to establish the portions of a surface that should be used in order to define the datum. And this is often used when you have a physically large model and it's impractical to use the entire surface, or maybe you have complex geometry and surfaces like from composite modeling, or maybe the surface might not be completely smooth because it was made by a casting or a forging. Let's take a look at how to do this. Right now I am in my set datums combination state. You can see that I have my datum feature symbols for A, B, and C, and the surfaces for A and B are actually pretty long. So let's use some datum targets. I'm going to go to a combination state that I've set up for my datum targets. You can see that we have a bunch of different basic dimensions here going to datum points. And I like to use datum points because they are easier to dimension. Let's go to the Annotate tab. To create a datum target, you will click on the command in the ribbon, and then for selecting the different points, I'm going to use the selection filter in the lower right hand corner just to control what I am capable of picking, because I know that I want to use datum points. And so then I can select this datum point over here, and I can see, oh wait, you know what? It's in the wrong orientation. Let's middle mouse button to get out of here. Now let me make sure that I am in the right annotation plane. This is the one that I want to use. And so then I can select this and we can choose change orientation. And let's select the option to select an existing annotation. I'll pick this one over here, and that way it adjusts it the way that I want it to be. Now let's click on it and then drag it off of the model over here. There you can see what we have. It's giving us a default diameter of 5. Next thing to do, let's take a look at the ribbon. So we've got our references over here, and it's referencing this point. Let me cancel out of there. For the target area, right now it is using a point symbol, which I actually don't want to use. So from here you can change and say, hey, I want this to be a circle. And it's using a circle of that diameter 5, which is a little small to see on the screen here. So I'm going to change that to a value of 10. Let me change to a no hidden line mode, and there you can see the target outline. Now we can make it even a little bigger. Let's make this 15 over here. There you go. And now we need to specify which datum this should reference, and I will click on the little pick icon over here and then select the A datum from the screen. Let's click the OK button, and there it automatically fills in A1 for my first datum target for the A reference. Other things that you have inside of here, you can place the diameter on the outside or the inside. This button over here allows you to make it a movable datum, and if you make it movable, you can rotate whether it's going to be for horizontal or vertical. Let me turn that off over here. You can choose if you don't want to have a leader, but let's put the leader back in here. And you can also specify whether this should use a dashed line for the far side or for the near side. The last option that you have in here is the options button, and here's where you can designate this as a control characteristic, and if you're using Windchill PDM link and NPM link, you'll be able to use these control characteristics later on in your process plans. This is one of the reasons why I prefer to create my datum targets in the model and then show them in the drawing later on. So that's good for the first one. I just left click on the background of the screen to turn it off. Let's repeat that a couple more times. I'll choose datum target. Again, I'll use the filter over here to change to datum point. Let's pick this datum point over here and then position it and middle mouse button. Let's then go to the target area. I'm going to change this one to a circle as well. Let's make it big enough to see. And again, select the datum that should reference. I'll pick the A datum feature symbol. And then you notice that this one is automatically named A2 in there. And so my A reference should have 3 different datum targets. So let's create one more out of here. Datum target. I'm going to use the selection filter datum point and then pick this particular point over here. Middle mouse button to locate it. Let's make that size bigger, and then select our reference and pick the A datum and click the OK button. So there I have my 3 datums for the A reference. Now let's establish the datums for the B reference. And I already have a combination state set up where I have my B datum visible as well as my basic dimensions to the 2 different locations that I want to use. And since this is the B datum, I only need 2 references here to establish that one. So let's go to Datum Target. And again, actually before I create this one, I am going to change my orientation. And now when I change to datum point over here, let me select the point and then middle mouse button to locate it. Let's use the pick icon to use B as the datum feature symbol. This one is automatically named B1. Instead of using a circle for this one, I'm going to use a rectangle. And right now it's using the 5 dimension as one of the widths in here. Let's change that. Let's make this 10 and change the other one to 20. And there you can see the area that is crosshatched to indicate the B1 reference. You can see that this is way too big for the circle. So let's change this one to outside. And then left click on the screen when we're done. Let's create one more datum target for B2. So let's go to datum target and then go to datum point for the selection filter. And I'm going to select the point for and then middle mouse click to locate. And just like with the other one, I'll change this to a rectangle. And let's make this one 20 by 10, just so you can see how it will be oriented differently. And let's move this one to the outside. Let's use the icon to select our datum feature symbol, then click the OK button. And there I have the B2 datum. So that's how you can create your different datum targets in the model. Let's go back to our shading with edges mode in here. I'm happy with that. Let's turn off our datum point display. Now we can show these on a drawing. So I have a drawing already started out over here where I have a bunch of the different dimensions and datums shown in here. To show these on the drawing, you'll go to the Show Model Annotations command, and then in this dialog box, you can go to the last tab, which is for the datums, and you can say, hey, I want to show my set datum targets, and then you can pick a view and it'll highlight the ones that can be shown in there. I want this one and this one in this view, so I will click the apply button, and then let's select this view, the top view over here, and I'm going to select all of them. I'll use the select all button and then click the OK button, and so that way we have the different datums in here. Oh, it looks like I forgot to change this one from a point to a circle. So when I click on it, we get the ribbon for it, and I can change this in here to be displayed as a circle. I hope you enjoyed this video. For more information, please visit www.creowindshield.com. If you learned something from this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like this video, please click the subscribe button and ring the bell to be informed when new videos are uploaded. Thank you very much.